Hello and good evening, and welcome to Create Voices. This is a podcast well, it's a versatile podcast where I'll be hosting talk shows on things that challenge us, music as well. Um, it's going to be packed with all sorts of creative things, creative tools, let me put it that way, to help those of us that are struggling um, with bringing our creative ideas together. This is my first podcast, so it's going to be a bit different. It's going to be obviously something different, something new. My name is Frida, and I am a Pisces by nature. That's my star sign. I was born in March. I'm very empathic, very, very cautious. Um, so it's really nice to having those of you on my show this evening. Today, I would like to talk about a subject that is very close to my heart, which is titled Procrastinate. Why do we do it? How do we tackle it? And how do we get to that point where we start to procrastinate in our lives, in everything that we do? Why do we procrastinate? Why is it so difficult for us to get up and do what we need to do? Our passions, our gifts, our talents, things that we're really good at. What seems to be the problem that hinders us? I'm a procrastinator, I know that. But that's because I don't want to make it as an excuse, but I am a very creative, versatile person. So finding my niche has been one of the hardest problems. And that stems from childhood, childhood experiences, having adults telling you you can't do this, you never warrant to anything. So I'm going to take it up from here, and I'm going to simply read read a definition of procrastination and take it from there. So, according to research, procrastination is a common phenomenon where individuals delay or postpone tasks or actions, often resulting in decreased productivity and increased stress. That's deep. It's a common phenomenon where individuals delay or postpone tasks or actions, often resulting in decreased productivity and increased stress. I think most people procrastinate depending on the environment they're in. Now, why do I say environment? At the moment, our environment is in chaos. I'm an environmental designer. I just finished a big proposal in an assessment, and the information that I gathered didn't motivate or inspire me to want to really, do anything. In the sense that because I take things so, I take things very, how would I put it? What's that word? I feel things deeply. So it affects the way I think, it affects the way I work. If I'm in an environment, or if you're in an environment where there's a lot of strife, there's a lot of worry, there is no way, if you want to do something, if you know you're good at doing it, there's no way you would get up and do it, because you have a lot of obstacles stopping you from doing your so-called obstacles. And if you are somebody that overthinks, like I do, you would find yourself in that kind of situation as well. So it is a common phenomenon, but it can be tackled, I believe. And there are various types of procrastinations. You can procrastinate in your life choices. You can procrastinate in your school choices, which is life choices. You can be indecisive. You could be a perfectionist that wants everything set up in a certain way before you can move on to the next stage, and that could take forever. It could never happen. So what I've learned is to take what I can and utilize it as best as I can. So we're going to talk about the different types of procrastinations. Just going to put the screen up. I hope you can all see it. Let me know in the comments if you can see it. Let me know in the comments what you think, your views on procrastination. There is no discrimination in procrastination. I believe that, if you've had life in a kind of way, if you've had a life of filled up with advices, good encouragement, good support, you wouldn't have those procrastinations. I mean, if you procrastinate, it won't be so obvious like some people that have had it so bad. Experiences, whether it be relationships or friendships or in school or in university or in the workplace, whatever the environment might be. Some people know how to pick themselves up like that and move on. Some people, it takes a little bit of time, and some people just don't have the right people, or they're not in the right environment, or they're hanging out, or they're making wrong choices. It varies from people to people, and I believe that each and every human being has something that they procrastinate about, some more than others. So I'll go to the points of the types of procrastination. The deadline procrastination. This type of procrastination involves waiting until the last minute to start or complete a task, relying on the pressure of an impending deadline to motivation. I would use assignments as an example. Some people believe that they can take a bulk assignment and finish it in 5 days. When you've had maybe a month or two to prepare for that assignment, and then the last 5 days you're like, oh, I'm going to do it. And then what happens is you pick a textbook and you jump loop, or you choose the topics that suit you most, and then you find yourself narrowed because you have not read the whole text to be able to put the composition of words together. And so in that scenario, you get stressed, you get panicky, you develop a migraine, and then for the next couple of days you are dead meat. Right, basically dead weight. You literally can't get your brain to doing anything because you started your brain to do something that could have been done gradually in the span of a month and a half, 2 months. You did it in 5 days, which means you didn't sleep, you probably didn't drink enough water, and you were drinking loads and loads of coffee because you wanted to keep up with your tasks. And that is very dangerous. I have done it before and I vowed never to do it again. It was stressful. I believe that I could work under stress. Sorry. But that was a big mistake. It was a big mistake. And I do not advise anybody to do it. I don't care how genius you are. Trust me, the side effects, the back, it affects you mentally. Trust me, it does affect you mentally. I just said I would never do that again. I would try to elaborate on it more. If you like the topics, we can pick each type of procrastination, make it into episodes, and we can elaborate on it. Where if I get comments, I will pick the comments and research and get back to you on them. But this is a journey for me as well, so I am discovering why people procrastinate, because it's been a problem. I have people around me that do it. Sometimes I do it, and how we can break that circle, because it's not a crime. It's just that it hinders the things that you would like to do to progress. Right? So deadline procrastinations. If you are the kind of if this resonates with you, It's a type of procrastination that involves waiting until the last minute to start or complete a task. It's dangerous for your health, for your mental health. I know I had migraines for 3 good days when I did that. And it was not because I couldn't do the assignment, it was because I had issues with technical issues, basically. And they wouldn't give me an extension, literally. Wouldn't. So I had to do that in 5 days, and I was lucky that, yeah, at least, I was really lucky. But some of us might not be so lucky. So if you have a deadline procrastination, try and figure out ways. Maybe take, 25 minutes a day. If it's a textbook you have to read, if it's research you have to do, take 25 minutes a day, have a break, maybe 10, 15 minutes, then go back again to another 25 minutes or 30 minutes. It depends on your attention span as well. So figure out where you are in that area, in deadline procrastination, and work from there. Start to build the process from there. Now, the other one is perfectionist procrastination. Perfectionists tend to put off tasks because they fear not being able to meet their high standard. They may wait for the perfect conditions or continuously strive for perfection, which can lead to delays. So number 1 and 2 resonate with me because I'm a perfectionist. It has taken me a couple of months to actually start this is my first video podcast, like first ever. And I chose this subject because it is something that resonates with me. I'm a perfectionist. So I'll wake up in the morning and I'm like, yeah, I'll get online today. And then I'll either watch a video and then, I will either see the comments or I will see how people are reacting, and I'll be like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to go down the rabbit hole? But at the end of the day, you will have good commentators, you will have bad commentators, you will have people that want to challenge you on what you know and what you don't know and prove you. So I decided to take on a title that resonates with me, which is procrastination. And while I do the podcast series, I am hoping to together we'll find solutions for those that procrastinate, for those that don't procrastinate on a big level. It still helps because I think every human being is a procrastination one way or another. So we just need to find out what area or what section you belong to. Now, as a perfectionist, setting up my studio was one of the biggest hassles. I had technical issues, and the the laptop that I use literally just gave up on me. And I'm not a Windows user. I don't like Windows. I like Mac. But I got a window, and it worked perfectly well. It's just that I can't have things like my music app, Logic, Pro Tools, and stuff. But what I did was I found BandLab. BandLab is a music interface that you can download the app. It has a sister app to Cakewalk to make music because I'm a self-taught, music maker and stuff. And so I procrastinated for a while. I was like, no, this is not perfect. I don't like the sounds because Logic has a whole stretch of loops and all sorts of gizmos that you can play around with, and anything that doesn't have a complete package, I find it difficult to, let's say, appreciate. But then what I did was I got out of my shell and I started playing around with BandLab, and it's a good tool. But that will be for another video. What I'm trying to say is, it doesn't have to be the way you want it for you to start, because we perfectionists have a thing where we are like, this is not it, this is just not it, it's not it, it's not it. Whereas you can start from somewhere and build up towards what you would really want. You have to start from somewhere. So I do agree, we tend to put off tasks because We fear not being able to meet our high standards, and then we wait for the perfect conditions or continuously slight strive for perfection, which has caused me delays in, starting up my podcast, starting up, talking about the things that interest me in a kind of way. So do not procrastinate the things you would want to do. Take it up, and work with whatever tools are available. Have more belief in yourself. Because even though you are a perfectionist, you can't have self-doubts. Oh, if it's not perfect, I won't be able to get to do it. Oh, if it's not perfect, I can't. Oh my gosh, no. For me, right now, I feel even better that I've actually started this. Whether I get good reviews or I don't get good reviews, hoping I get good reviews, I'm happy I've actually taken up on something that is dear to me and possibly been in denial about. But reading it this morning, all through the day, made me realize that, yeah, I am a perfectionist and I want everything to be perfect, but it doesn't work out like that. So don't be a deadline procrastinator. Don't be a perfectionist procrastinator. Try and figure out ways to, like, coping skills to kind of simmer down your standards, your high standards, especially when you don't have the resources that you feel would make you glow or would make you feel comfortable. At the end of the day, it's a message. You have something to say, you have something to give. Just go for it, and the universe will open up to you. That's the way I look at it. The third one will be indecisive procrastination. It says some people struggle with making decisions and may delay taking action as a result. They might fear making the wrong choice, leading to hesitation and procrastination. Okay, so the thing about life is you will make good and bad choices. Years ago when I was in secondary school, I was haggling between being a science student and an art student. And that haggle took me, I think I was in year 3 high school, and then I finally decided, okay, I'll be an art student. And then while I was an art student in my senior year, I was like, oh my God, I like that science subject. I like this science subject. I like that. Which brings me down to today. All my life I've been an art student. I love the arts. But as I've grown older, I realized that I need other skills. And I have other skills that I should explore. So I registered with Open University and I took on an engineering course. Not an engineering course or mechanical engineering in that sense. It was design and innovation, which had design for everybody. Normal design for myself, design for companies, design for game design, board game design, redesigning, technology design. And that was an eye-opener because I realized that engineering has so many different branches to it. And then the second course was environmental design. It was a bit dampening because it had to do with the environment. It had everything to do with the environment, and the situation at the moment, from everything I've studied, from everything I've researched, is a lot more serious than we human beings are willing to accept. I'll leave it at that. If you want to know more, put a comment in the comment section, and I will create a class or create an educational, an in-depth to explain. I realized the River Nile, the Amazons, and all the forests have been our source of livelihood for decades. And one of the things that really dampened me, and the Arctic, one of the things that dampened me most was the the way polar bears at the moment are losing their homes. Polar bears can't live anywhere on Earth apart from the Arctic. And it's so sad that a species so beautiful is having to roam around places that we build homes in, places that they recognize as their home. It's different to them. They look confused, they look torn down, they look very unhappy. So yeah, it was difficult. It was a struggle, and I'm still saying the indecisive procrastination. It was a struggle to do the assessment for the Arctic. It was really a struggle because the way people have been, humans and animals have been displaced in the Arctic is sad. I'll just put it like that. It's almost humanity's unkindness. But that's it for indecisive procrastination. I don't want to go into environmental studies. That will be another subject, like I said, to talk about. So don't be afraid to make the wrong choices, because in the end we all do. You make the right choices and the wrong choices. I'll put my glasses on to light as well. You make the right choices and the wrong choices. And you know, it is what it is. So deadline procrastination, perfection procrastination, indecisive procrastination. I'm going to take one more or two more before I end the podcast. So it's just going to be 20 minutes where I will be sharing my views, and I will elaborate on them. Anything that you wasn't quite clear, please leave a comment and I will get back to you. This is me being committed to doing this and carrying on with the series. So this will be episode 1 of procrastination, and we can take each one and go on in-depth studies about it and why this happens, because I know that it has everything to do with the way we grow up, the way we see life, the way we approach life, our societies, our economies, and all that. So leave a comment and I will elaborate on whichever one you want me to elaborate on. The next one is reactive procrastination. This type of procrastination occurs when individuals focus on immediate, short-term gratification or distractions instead of working on important tasks. They might spend excessive time on social media, video games, or other forms of entertainment. I think we all do this in a kind of way. I think when we get to a stage and we want to do something and we feel so stressed, we feel like, I think I'll just play a game, or I'll watch a movie, or I'll flip my TikTok, or I'll flip my Instagram, or I'll flip my Facebook, or I'll just browse YouTube and see what's going on. It's a way of distracting the mind, and we need to understand that we are such in a technological, technology is going in a direction, I don't know, Matrix, Terminator, kind of way. Technology is becoming the main thing now, and it does dull the brain at some point in time. After you flip, you feel a numbness in your head. You literally feel a numbness in your head, and then you want to try and do something creative, and boom, you can't. You actually can't, because you've drained yourself from trying to distract yourself. So short-term gratification or distractions instead of working on important tasks. So you have a list of tasks that you need to do, and you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna chill for a bit. I'm just gonna play my game for a bit. I'll be fine. And sometimes you actually play the game with your remote control. I don't play games. I don't play, you know, but I play games on my phone like word search and stuff like that. Um, I use it as I use it as an escape route. Um, but it's more of me delaying the task that should be done. You get? Because we sometimes use our social media to distract us from the things that the important things that we need to do. You know, you go like, no, let me have time for that's a reactive procrastinator. So just be wary of the important things that you need to do, and be wary of either being a deadline procrastinator or a perfectionist procrastinator or an indecisive procrastinator or a reactive procrastinator. Because, one way or another, we all do procrastinate in our lives. Um, there are 4 more to go, and I think I'll do that in part 2. Um, okay, yeah. I want you to think about avoidance procrastination, and then when we come back, we'll touch in on that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to list them, briefly talk about them, and then we'll take them one by one and break it down. Because it is important for us. It is important for us. So, my final closing exit will be: it's important to note that individuals may exhibit a combination of these types of procrastination, and underlying reasons for procrastination can vary from person to person. Overcoming procrastination often involves understanding the root causes and developing strategies to improve time management and goal setting. And motivation, sorry. The root causes and developing strategies to improve time management, goal setting, and motivation. I'll read that again. It is important to note that individuals may exhibit a combination of these types of procrastination, and the underlying reasons for procrastination can vary from person to person. Overcoming procrastination often involves in understanding the root causes and developing strategies to improve time management, goal setting, and motivation. I think motivation is the key thing, because once you have motivation, you'll be able to manage your time and you'll be able to set goals. So I think our mental states has a big role to play in how we procrastinate in things that we want to do. So if you're somebody that is very empathic, because I am, and you feed off other people's energies. I'm a Pisces, I'm a water sign, so that's what I do. I absorb. Um, for me, I need to find a space to go and just, because all that negative energy, it kind of clouds your mind. If you're a water sign, you know what I'm talking about. It clouds your mind. So as water signs, we need to find spaces where we can just detox from other people's energies. Most of them don't even know, and the ones that know that they are zapping off you, do it intentionally. You need to differentiate between people that are genuinely coming around you to help them and people that are there to just take from you and leave you dry. It's very important. I have heard a lot of things, which will be another topic, because I'm a passionate like as well, and I'm talking as a Pisces human being. So it's very important for us to understand where our mental state. See, I just got a WhatsApp message and it already destabilized me anyway, but it's fine. It's all right. That's what happens, to people that are very sensitive. The other person doesn't know what they are doing. They act out of their at that point in time. So for those people that procrastinate, I think it has a lot to do with who you are as a person. So if you're a very sensitive person and you find it difficult to do things, I kid you not, you are procrastinating and you are doing yourself more harm than good, because other people will go on with their lives. They'll go on doing what they want to do and you'll be there procrastinating. I've procrastinated for a long time, and today I decided, no, I'm going to take this subject because it is very close to my heart, and I know that there are millions of people out there that have the same problem, you know. So yeah, you know, just don't let it don't let your circumstances or your situation hold you down. Okay, don't procrastinate for the rest of your life. Just get up and do what it is you know how to do best, and believe you me, you will not regret it. I have not regretted this podcast, even though it is pre-recorded. I'm not regretting it, because it's a way to start. It's a way to overcome my fears. It's a way to overcome my fears. It's a way to show gratitude that, yeah, I've been given a mind and I have been given a voice, and I want to use that voice as best as I can. So for my fellow procrastinators, don't give up. You can do it. You can do it. Remember, the four key procrastinating topics we touched very lightly is the deadline procrastinator, the perfectionist procrastinator, the indecisive procrastinator, and the reactive procrastinator. And the avoidance. Yeah. So the next one will be avoidance procrastination. But remember, it is a common phenomenon where individuals delay or postpone tasks or actions, often resulting in decreased productivity and increased stress. So it's that stress level you want to get rid of. Yeah? That stress level is what is making you feel like, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to do this? Yes, you can. Just remember, you can. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Create Voices, and please like, please follow, and I will be back again with episode 2 coming tomorrow. Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. Good night.